Peterson here.
Takarian here.
Bilski here.
Opener here. Let's say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. I don't see anybody here to give a comment. Oh, and there's nothing in correspondence. Moving on to the next item, approval of our minutes from May 21st.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion's carried. Voucher list from June. A motion for that.
Move to approve. I'll second.
Motion been made and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Water system performance.
Good evening. This past month has gone by quick in the water utility, and we've had actually a pretty easy month, heavy month in the sewer department, a lighter month in the water. We had one hydrant hit up at the ballpark area inside the fencing by one of their, I'll call it a construction golf cart. We found it, and it was costs are charged by the rock development. The Lover's Lane power lateral lead passed the test, pressure test. So that's ready anytime construction moves forward. We had Emmy Simpson come in this past month in search of a leak, which I guess the good news is they didn't find one. But at one point, we thought we had a pretty good leak going, but now it's looking like it's groundwater.
Oh.
But the fluoride level in the beginning was 0.68, 0.69, which Oak Creek puts 0.7 in. It was taken this morning by Glenn, and it's 0.4. So right now, I'm satisfied calling it groundwater until we can prove it. We had a pretty good lateral leak on 34, just north of Oakwood Drive. The 1.25-inch lateral was snapped in half, and I've never seen anything like that, and I don't believe Glenn is either. The lateral was just blown wide open. Only thing I can attribute anything that to would be it was pinched when it was put into installation, and just through the years it wore itself. We had kind of an odd deal with Badger Meter this past month. Load of meters, 140 meters we've been waiting a long time for. Got delivered, and when we on the boxes, everything, we checked them, they were the wrong size meters. So Badger Meter came out directly. They're making it right on the quick rate. And meter reading is going to start tomorrow for the second quarter here, so that's about it. Anybody, any questions?
Yeah, humor me just a little. How do they make it right? I mean, you won't get instant meters, will you?
Well, he's trying to pull meters from other areas that they can make the order right.
Oh, that's good. Otherwise, you'd be waiting a long time.
Yeah. He doesn't want to do anything to us. We've been waiting a long time.
Any questions? Thank you. We're going to do unfinished business A.
Go out of order if you want, or
Mayor wanted to join us.
I thought he did.
so. Cover 6B. I don't think there's anything to cover unless you guys want to go into closed session. Regarding Raymond.
We'll just pass on B.
Pass on the
Okay, want to drop down to new business for the time being?
new business A.
Nope.
Mr. Kowski's not here. We table that to next week.
We're flying here.
Yep. Come back if he pops up.
We can go with item B then, right? Water tower change order.
Yes, sir.
So we're laying over A for another time?
Right. Table it.
Our tower change order. So there's actually two issues involved in this change order. I think it's in your packet. So one was they wanted to change to the internal drain system for the basically water drain system, and so we said that's okay, but it's smaller pipe and so forth. So we got a little bit of credit for that. And there's also a
Overnight stays.
what's that?
But there's an overnight stay.
Yeah, so we got a quote from KLM. If you recall, KLM gave us a quote for doing the, let's say, the in-depth inspection for the paint coating and the welding and so forth. It's very specialized. So as part of that, Duke Neck arrived at 5:21. Sorry. And as part of that, he gave us a quote assuming that Chicago Bridge and Iron CBI was going to get the project because it's shops further away and requires more travel. The costs were high. So I'm going to take this to Common Council tonight. I'll make a recommendation for approval.
Just one question on that, Glenn,
Yes.
real quick. So on that extra, the overnight cost, that's our mistake, not theirs?
It's not really a mistake.
It's a time and materials contract, so they normally would have had it in there, they just estimated it wrong, what is?
So maybe Will can maybe answer it better than I can, but we got a quote from KLM. KLM had to make a lot of assumptions to put their price together. One of the assumptions they made that it was going to be in Chicago. So that's the quote we got. But this contractor doesn't have his things in Chicago, it has it someplace else. So hindsight, maybe we should have had the contractor add something to his bid or maybe up his, tell them if they had to include anything above a certain amount or something like that. But that's $50.
And we did give KLM the opportunity to update their quote before we bid it the second time. I think because CBI was the low bidder, the apparent low bidder on the first bid, they just assumed status quo, and that's where we wound up.
I'm just, I'm not used to something that they made a mistake and we make it, we're signing off on a change order to.
It wasn't really their mistake. It was on our end because they gave us the quote directly. So we said we told them to put an allowance in their contract for to hire KLM. So when it came time to hire KLM, KLM says I can't do it for that price. I need more money.
Okay, so we asked for KLM and this is going through.
Yes.
KLM is a sub landmark.
So we have a couple things like that. What was the other one we had? Well, then we have one more allowance.
Well, there's a number of allowances. There's a utility allowance for energy and gas. There's a permit allowance for local permits through the city. There's a skilled trade allowance. There's a handful of allowances.
So
that
if
are
this isn't an
available in the
allowance, do you
contract.
still need to come back for a change order or is it already in the contract? I'm just trying to understand.
The amount of the original KLM proposal is the allowance that's included in the contract, right? And as such, that's why we're asking.
Okay, all right.
We're willing to make a motion.
Fine, I'll make a motion.
A motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion's been made and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
If you want to back up to 6A, that might.
Okay, Franklin Water Utility, cybersecurity, and other potential utility operations, utility service and
No,
customer.
I'm sorry, 6A.
Yeah, the
Oh, I'm sorry.
business.
That's all right.
I mean, you can go wherever you like.
Okay, here we go, unfinished business. A, wholesale public water supply in Franklin 2024, the board may enter into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statute 19.851E to deliberate upon information, terms, and provisions for the potential provision of public water supply to the city of Franklin as related to the city, Franklin Municipal Water Utility and its customers in 2024 and beyond. Potential negotiation of terms in relation thereto, including but not limited to potential amendments to the agreement to Oak Creek to provide water and wholesale to Franklin. Potential agreement terms with alternate public water supply sources, including but not limited to the city of Milwaukee, the Milwaukee Water Works. Financial analysis study of long-term water supply and the investing of public funds and governmental action in relation thereto for competitive and bargaining reasons, and to re-enter open session at the same place thereafter to act upon such matters as discussed therein as deemed appropriate. Is there a motion to do so?
Make a motion to go into closed session.
Second.
Okay, by roll call,
Peterson, aye.
Dukenyak, aye. Carrie and I.
Trabelski, aye.
Grosvenor, aye. And I believe we're passing on item B, right? There isn't anything else to tell.
Correct.
Go into
So
closed
now you
session.
can go into 7A.
Okay, 7A, here we are. Franklin Water Utility, cybersecurity, and other potential utility operations, utility service and customer information, security risk management report. Water Commissioners may enter into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statute 19.851D, providing in part for consideration strategy for crime detection or prevention, and Wisconsin statute 19.851E to provide in part for deliberating and investing in public funds or conducting other specific public business, wherever competitive or bargaining reasons require. Utility operations and security service and customer information security risk management, and to re-enter open session thereafter to act upon such matters discussed as deems appropriate. Is there a motion to do so?
So moved.
Second.
By roll call,
Peterson, aye.
Dukenyak, aye. Carrie and I.
Trabelski, aye.
Grosvenor, aye. 7C, award Vinton Water Main.
So this is what we call the southern section. So it's going to go from St. Martin's Road up to the tower site. We decided to do this to make use of the ARPA funding. So again, just to summarize everything that we're talking about tonight, including engineering that we're going to talk about in a little bit, we are roughly just shy of $377,000 under our project budget. So what we're looking to do is basically award a contract to Vinton so that they can construct this. And Alderwoman today asking about should we have some issues like we did with the northern section as far as the change order? No. The reason why the northern section, when it was bid, was shallow. I say shallow. Then when we had to lower it, that was all part of a change order of all the other complications that happened. This time we bid it out that way, and the bore length is not near as long either. So we think that we can proceed with that.
So be special assessing for this section, or
We will.
both the north
So-
and the south?
So the decision was made, we're going to special assess for both sections. I'm going to take the ARPA funds and distribute them throughout the entire projects, and that's going to take some time to sit down and focus.
There's significant money left on bids. Are you familiar with? Are you comfortable with it?
I don't have a lot of experience with it, and we used them many years ago when I was at Crystal Snyder. They did some work for us in Port Washington. Did a decent job, but I don't have a lot of experience.
It's over 20. I know I used to throws up a red
You
flag.
mean cheaper, right? The cheapest.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because we're not leaving it on the table. We're taking it from the table.
Okay.
So when we look at these vendors, do you look at anything that they've done currently
Mainly what we look at once we bid, because they have to give us a project list, qualifications, that sort of thing. Because we have not awarded, we have not requested that information at this point. There were no irregularities with their bid. There was no reason to consider that they weren't a responsive bidder because, I mean, they've been around. They're out of the Two Rivers area. I believe they have an office in Two Rivers. I'd like to say Manitowoc, but those seem too close together, to be honest with you.
But why do you think they can do it so much more economically?
I'm not entirely sure. I have no information on that.
We know that before we move it to them.
I mean, they were pre-qualified.
They issued qualifications with their bid. I grabbed the wrong freaking bid tab. Glenn, do you have the bid tab, perhaps?
Oh, you're,
I know the concrete crew's working for the DOT up on I-43.
Oh,
Got a batch.
that can make sense. That
Yeah.
could be one. Okay.
and then is it 633 or 663?
That two typo.
It says 633 in the analysis and
663.
I think it's 663.
Yeah, the mini reports.
I'll have to change that. The resolution says 663 in the
Discussion, maybe the whole discussion. It says 663 at the top, but in the analysis, it says 633.
Oh. Okay.
That's what. That's,
Yeah.
Okay,
I-
so it's
Right
660.
from applied tech.
So I made a mistake in the analysis.
Okay, so it's 60. Okay.
Thanks for catching it.
No, I did my numbers off of that 633. So probably around 20%.
Yeah,
All my other analysis used the correct numbers.
okay,
That's fine.
that's fine. I just want to make sure we do the number.
We need a
Okay.
motion for this?
I would like a recommendation to common council to award the bid to Venton.
Got a motion to recommend?
So moved.
Second. Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
So circling back quickly, should we be getting additional financial information out of Vinton?
Well, I didn't know if we pre-qualified vendors.
So we didn't qualify. Typically ask the consultant to do that before they make the award letter. So
We've not awarded it.
we're planning to award tonight. That's the deal.
I mean, it makes sense if they have a back and their crews are around here that they can.
I know they're doing another sewer job on the north.
So, I mean, then all of a sudden it makes sense.
And you're still gonna do something once it gets awarded, or?
I think it makes sense.
Yeah,
And I think it'll give everybody a happier feeling.
So tonight we'll award it based on
Yeah, based upon qualification statement for the contract.
Based upon review by the planting.
You laughing about?
Are we on to D?
yes, sir.
Applied Technologies, additional fees.
Same deal. So with everything else, we're still significantly under, but staff feels it's warranted. But that's why I invited you tonight to discuss what else changed and why the additional fees are warranted.
I don't think we have enough time to discuss everything that's changed in. As you all know, we began working on this project in 2020. At the time, the project proposal prepared by Chris Kempfer indicated a project budget of about $3.6 million. We're currently at 8.5, so we based our proposal on Chris's original budget through the design process, the PSC process, and a lot of things that were out of our control that were, what's the word I'm looking for here, Mike? Wish list items on some of the tower stuff, the circular staircase, among other things. our level of effort went up, so hoping you will consider granting API addition to our design contract. We had this discussion, I believe Mr. Grosvenor asked me prior to bidding contract C what it would cost. I said, no sense talking about that because we still have budget. Well, 6 months later, we don't have budget, so that's why I'm here now.
What was the original budget?
346.
You're asking.
9.5% of Chris's construction estimate.
Yeah, and you're asking for 157.
157.
50%.
Could have asked for 100%.
So these hours are extra, the 1,000 hours?
Yes, that's it, above and beyond what we had in the original proposal.
And the biggest item is the on-site observation?
Yes. Although, as Mike and Glenn both know, contractor's been a little bit active right now with requests for changes. We want to meet and talk about everything under the sun.
Are the billing rates the same as they were? Right, higher? Just what?
I'll have to look, Dan. I'm going to look right now.
Wait, just a second. Our attorney would like to say something.
Getting this on the run.
Billing rates are higher. They're based upon, the original proposal was 4 years ago. That's transparent.
I thought this was a change order or something that was already covered in the contract.
So tonight,
And just one thing, limitation of liability. 5 degrees to limit any and all liability, blah, 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 blah. To a sum not to exceed 50 grand. What if they screw something up and it's $2 million damages? We should have to use the standard city form contract. This is my thought.
we did use standard city form for the contract. I was going to regurgitate this as a change order, so all the original conditions be applied.
Okay, so there's already one in effect.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that was my original thought. Never mind.
So then these general provisions.
Yeah,
will
we're
apply?
going to take your general provisions out of the way, but we'll go back to standard conditions will apply.
Okay. So these general provisions that are in here. Okay.
So who makes sure that's all gonna happen?
So this will actually go to common council and it'll go to the next meeting.
So it's gonna go in as a change order.
Yeah, so I'm going to write it as up for the change order.
Okay,
But it had a description of what was, why justification.
so this is not going to common council tonight?
Not tonight.
Got it.
Next week.
Okay.
So do you need me to do anything
Yeah,
with that contract right now?
We'll check tomorrow.
Do we need anything done on this then, or?
Do we need a motion then?
I'd like a recommendation for the additional sum, and I'll take that to common council next week.
Okay. I'll make a recommendation. The sum of $157,250. You charge, what is it, at an hourly rate not to exceed? Right?
Sure.
So that's the max?
Yeah.
Not gonna exceed
Right.
150.
It's an hourly rate not to exceed.
You have a second?
We have a motion, but we can second. Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay. Well, we got one more thing to do. Need a motion to adjourn.
Moved?
Second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.